What's up, everybody? DC here. Welcome to the Harambe's Bauble podcast, a Magic the Gathering podcast. Joining me per usual is my co-host Will. What's up, Will?
What's up, DC? How we doing?
Doing good. And then let's just go ahead and address this. Our first ever guest. We have MagicMama on the show with us. What's up, MagicMama?
Hey guys.
All right, off the rip, are
What's
you
up?
actually a mama? Or is that just
I
your moniker?
am. I am a mama of five, two
Oh,
special needs little boys that are one's nonverbal and the other one has cerebral palsy. So I am a mama for real.
wow. Yeah, you're really doing that mom thing.
hmm
That's awesome. Hell yeah. So yeah, we're taking the dive into special guests. Jen here followed me on or us, I guess, on TikTok a while back, and she did the whole Packoween thing, which I found super awesome, super interesting, and it inspired me to do the 12 days of Packmas. And so yeah, just say a little bit about that. Like, what made you want to do that?
I'm gonna be completely honest. It was literally out of necessity. I saw a space where there was no representation, and I am extremely introverted. So I needed to find a way to get me comfortable. And watching those pack openings, it was the easiest way to do it. And I was like, oh, I like the more obscure packs. Let's find a way to incorporate them. And it just so happened I like the spookier things. So I was like, Packoween, let's go.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
That's
thought it was really cool, and like I said, it inspired me to do the. I shouted you out so many times whenever I was before I did it, while I was doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I did Paxgiving as well, but I'm sending all the cards to Harmless Offering. So he has a card bank where he actually gives cards away for the cost of shipping. And I have a whole mess of cards, mess of packs to go ahead and send him so he can go ahead and put those in his card bank.
that's sick. I love that.
Mhm,
that's awesome.
Never even heard of anything like that, but that's really cool.
mhm.
So yeah, just off the rip too, like, what got you into Magic? Like, what was the thing that was like, I want to try this really expensive cardboard out?
I had just moved to Northern California. Um, I was there for work and I needed something to get me out of the house. And I ended up going to this little shop called Matrix Cards and Games in Redding, California. And they had a learn to play night. And there were people playing all kinds of games. And I was like, okay, well, I already know how to play Warhammer. I already know how to do this. Let's see what else I can do. And I saw two guys playing Magic, and um, I saw a line for this guy to beat the other guy. And he was like, no, 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 I know what I'm doing. I was like, so I can beat the boys. Okay, I'm going to beat the boys.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I
And the
love
rest
it.
is history. That's it.
So, being in NorCal, is it true that there's a competitive NorCal SoCal rivalry when it comes to like gaming and stuff? Because I also come from the Smash Bros scene a little bit, and that's like a huge thing in the Smash Bros area. Is that a thing in Magic as well?
There is. I'm in Phoenix now. I was
Mm,
only up there for a little bit for work.
gotcha.
But there definitely is a rivalry that I've noticed. And I was like, oh, okay. But, boys will be boys. That's all you can say is boys will be boys.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's a good
Let's talk
site.
about that more.
Yeah.
The coming into it with going into an environment where you saw predominantly like male figures there initially, at least. Like, what was that like? Kind of diving into it. Did it feel kind of like you were on the outside trying to break in at all? Did it seem like were they open and inviting right off the jump? Have you had kind of mixed
Um,
experiences?
it was mixed. I had been pretty well brought in, but that's because I made friends with a couple of the bigger names that were out there on the scene. And they were like, you're not leaving her out. We're just gonna bring her in. I don't care what you have to say about it. But there was definitely some of um, that toxic, I can't even call it masculinity, but there's a lot of that toxicness there because there were some of them who were like mean girls. And
Mm.
you're like, you're a mean girl? Make it make sense. But yeah, it. I and I've been known to take up space. So even if you're gonna be like, oh no, you're not wanted here, I'm like, move. I got this. There's space for me right here. Let's go. And that's just how I do things.
Nice. Well, you talk about spaces, and there's an article recently released. I don't even know who wrote it, but it was one of the predominant news folks. They talked
Mhm.
about black folks, black kids coming into magic, and black nerds, and how that it's been a predominantly white space for so long, and they're kind of paving their way right now. Have you had barriers to entry when it comes to race too, or?
Definitely. You have one set of boundaries when it comes to being a woman in magic, and there's a completely different step when you're a black woman in magic. Very, very often I'm not taken seriously when I sit at a table, and
Mm.
just for that one reason, I kick people's behinds because they don't expect it. They don't expect it. So they're just like, oh, yeah, totally. If you need us to explain something to you. And I was like, yeah, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Explain it to me. Please, please. But there is definitely that disparity when it comes to like black and brown diaspora in even in any kind of nerdy space,
Yeah,
honestly. So to see that kind of thing happening in that news article, um, it was a lot. It made me very emotional coming from a little black girl who was always told by her mother and her family that this was not for me. Nerdiness, nerdy things are not for me. So to see them overcoming those generational divides, those cultural divides, to come and sit in a space and to take up that space is amazing.
I love that. That's sick. Love that a lot. It's a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually on my other show on the Nerd Bites Weekly show, I have a good friend, Bryce O'Quay. He's an artist. He's a local artist down
Mhm,
in Lexington, Kentucky, where close to where we're from. And he talks about all the barriers of entry for black folks in that space too. And it's a parallel because inherently, like artists are kind of nerdy, right? Like they do a
mhm,
lot of nerdy things, and it's just a shame that for so long there's been so many barriers there when the nerds are supposed to be the accepting ones. Like we're supposed to accept all genders and races, and like it's supposed to be a safe space. Like D&D, for instance, is supposed to be a safe space for everybody. And
mhm.
it just kind of sucks that it's taken so long to finally have a space that is carved out and for folks of color and for girls and women, and it sucks that it's taken so long.
Yeah, it does. It does. But there's a lot of that situation at hand where um, if you're not going to do it, nobody's going to do it. So somebody has to take up the mantle. Somebody has to be the first one to take up that space and then give that hand and be like, come on, come with me. It needs to happen.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you started to play, then, I mean, have you tried to recruit other female friends and
Oh,
female friends of
definitely.
color to play as well? Yeah. And I mean,
Oh, definitely.
how has that been? Has it been something where you found like they've been, well receptive to learning something new and been well received in groups when you go out and play, or do you kind of try to stay
Um,
more isolated with yourselves and kind of play in like a more smaller group?
Oh no, and I don't have just a set pod. I host ladies'
Okay.
nights. So I host ladies' nights here in Phoenix, and I actually travel hosting ladies' nights around the country.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
Okay.
So where you
That's
wouldn't
so cool.
normally see a ladies' night and you don't see that support system for ladies, I like to go to those kinds of places. I travel on my own dime and I bring my own price support. And I hard launched in Northern California. I went back up there in December. I did two different ladies' nights in 2 days, and it was awesome. I had a full pod both nights. It was great.
Oh, that's so sick.
That's
That's
so
so
But
cool.
cool.
like when it comes to like fostering the other like black and brown women, well, it is an experience. It is an experience because as a Black woman, not just a woman in the magic space, um, there's a lot of times where you might feel misunderstood or you're afraid to let down those guards and you don't really want to be yourself. But when you're at a table full of ladies that look like you, the way you could let
Yeah.
loose is amazing. You don't have to be afraid. You can ask all the questions that you want to. Ask all the silly questions that you want to, because nobody's going to judge you there. Nobody's there to be mean to you. We are all there to support everybody in that little pod, in that little area, in our little corner, wherever store we're at. It is us doing us.
I love that. So I mean, what was the sales pitch there to get like mind or to get other folks, other women or folks of color into the space? I mean, because it like even for this doofus down here, I got him into Magic, and yeah, let's play a children's game that costs a lot of money that's printed on cardboard, and oh by the way, like no card is going to be relevant for very long because there's a new set that comes out every 2 months, and like, what
See,
was your sales pitch?
you don't tell that to girls. You don't tell that to girls. You don't do that. You say, do you want to play Magic? And then they ask like, what's that? I was like, come on, I'll show you. And then you show them how much fun it can be. And then you turn around and you're like, no, I killed you. What are you going to do about it? And then they want to get better. And then they're just like, so how do I beat your deck? And I'm just like, you spend like $1,800 and build a better deck? And then hope to God that I don't upgrade mine to beat yours again because I'm known to do that. I'm a spiteful little thing. I'm spiteful. I'm like, oh, you beat me with that card? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get another one. But typically that's what I'm doing is, and especially when I see like other like brown skinned girls that are in the card shops, I'm just like, hey, do you play Magic? And they're just like, oh, my boyfriend does. I was like, oh yeah, your boyfriend's cool, but yeah, do you play? Do you want to play? I host ladies night. I can teach you. I have a 35 deck pre-con library that I have and that I let anybody use. So you want to learn? You want to learn a specific mechanic? You boo. I got you, boo. You want witchy stuff?
Awesome.
I got you. You want haunted things? I got you. Yeah.
I thought I was getting into the weeds with my 7 to 8 decks, and you're over here like putting me to shame.
Oh, that's just my pre-cons. That's not my build decks. I build
Gosh,
my own decks.
wow,
And I'm like, and I'm just now getting into CEDH as well. So I have even
wow.
more decks that are being built. Mhm.
CEDH is a different game. It's a much different
But you
game.
can just like punch somebody without them being like, that's a salty card. Yeah. What's your salty card? Show it to me. Come on, come on. Hit me harder. Please, please.
Trying to win on turn
So
one. Crazy. I
That's
love it.
cool. I don't know. When you mentioned that having all those pre-con decks, I got the image of like, I don't even remember in school when like teacher would like pull in that card of like laptops and people could walk in and like grab a laptop out, but it's just like people coming in and grabbing different magic decks out. I don't know why, but I just got that visual and
pretty
that's
much. I literally
that.
will put them, I have them a little rolling, like a little rolling, what do you call it? Like a little rolling cube. And I just put them all in there and I'm just like, I have all of these. Whichever one you want to use, we can, some of them are still brand new. We can sleeve it. We could put it in a deck box. Do you want to use it? Go for it. Go for it. There's only one that I don't let anybody use, and it's because it's my baby. It's my Kaldheim precon. It is like the only precon that I play. It's the Elven Empire, and I have not upgraded it at all. It is my sweet baby, and I love
Nice.
it.
Well, is that your so that's a good segue. What's your favorite deck of all time? Is it that one or is it something else you built?
My Gave Guru of Spores is my favorite deck that I've built. It has graveyard shenanigans, it has tokens, and I'm just like, I overwhelm people. I'm just like, okay, let's do some shenanigans. Let's do these different things. And they're just like, wait, how are you doing that? I was like, with this. And all these different things. And they're like, oh, wait, she just made Gabe. I was like, yeah, he's a 60-60 with Death Touch. Let's go. So
You're after Will's heart down there.
Yeah. I love me some
Abzan for
green.
life. Abzan, like Abzan, Bant, Golgari, man. man. But I'm entering into like my auntie era with I have a mono red deck that I'm working on right now.
Oof.
That's Auntie Blythe. And then I also have a mono black that I'm building with Rev the Tithe Extractor. And that's for my all black everything for Black History Month.
I love it. That's sick. I'm actually building an all black deck too. We actually called it the Year of the Swamp. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to try to build a mono black deck this year.
Do
All
it.
because I want to build a Doctor Doom deck whenever that card launches.
I mean, okay. I mean, you could goldfish it and just have it in there just to play with it for a little while.
Yeah.
If they even have it for goldfish yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I could.
It's an interesting thought. Yeah. What do you think about proxies? Are you pro proxy? Are you anti proxy, indifferent to
Um,
proxy?
I have my own stance on proxies. I do not go outside of what I can actually purchase, only because I do feel like the rarity and the cost is something that definitely needs to be taken into consideration. If you can't afford to play the game, you proxy, that's you. But me on my own, as long as I own one copy of the card, I will proxy for other decks. I have some pretty expensive cards. Like I have a Replenish, I have an Urza's Incubator, I have all kinds of different things that I'm just like, I paid money for this. You don't pay money for this. I'll pay money for this. And that's just what it is. I play with my wallet and I can play with my wallet. I don't expect everybody else to be able to do the same thing.
I like that stance. It's a
That's
solid
fair.
stance to have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we kind of go back and forth on, our thoughts on it, but I think overall you and I mean, we don't really mind if people play
Mhm.
proxies overall. It's more kind of, I want to try to beat you, not necessarily beat your wallet. And so if you don't want to spend $50 on a card, hey, as long as it's not scribbled on a sticky note, I'm
I
probably
have
okay with
seen
you
those.
proxying it.
I have seen the stick figure cards. I'm like, what is that?
I
What is that? No, like I've had several people that have had a whole proxy deck. I've been perfectly fine with it. Do not hit me with a meta deck. Don't do that. The moment that you have printed out and proxied a meta deck that is a tournament style deck and you're playing it with me, I'm like, I'm gonna look at you sideways and be like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
No, I
At
feel
that
that.
point, it's not a building situation. It is not they're playing to their own level. They are literally going in and copy somebody else's work and this going from there. And they're like, I've seen this clear everybody out. And it's like, how do you have fun with that?
Yeah.
It's not even
Yeah.
yours.
Our stance on that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Like Will and I both are we get inspiration from other decks, but we build our own stuff. Like
Mhm.
my deck that's quote unquote meta is literally just because I've had the deck is my very first deck. It's Brea. I talk about it ad nauseum on the pod on this pod, but I've just built it up over time, and I've like kind of ordered some cards. Like I have one piece of this combo. Let me order another piece for this combo. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's never been like, oh, I'm trying to win on turn 3. Like it's just I built it up over time, and I think that's the stance to have. Like net decking is fine as long as it's not you're not copying someone's deck and pasting it and just trying to win with it that way. Like, what fun
Exactly.
is that? It's not fun.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Unless you're with another group of people where they're doing the same thing, where no one is creative and they just want to copy what everyone else is doing
But
and
at
just
that point,
play
it's just a group
meta decks.
slug.
But
It's just a slugfest
yeah,
at
Yeah,
that point. Like, what are
yeah.
you doing?
Because for
What
me,
fun are you
that's
having?
part of what's fun about Commander is like just being creative and finding
Mhm.
that thing that like clicks with you. And then, all right, what's the weird interactions that I can throw in here that, oh, I want to get something that's going to catch Dustin off guard that he's never seen. And,
yeah,
that's what's part of the fun for me is that being creative and not just, I don't know, following EDH rec to a T, I guess. But
yeah. No, absolutely. We have a friend who used Chat GPT to make a deck, and he proxied the whole thing, and that was pretty interesting. It ended up being really bad, as it turns out.
I'm sorry. That's karma. That's karma. That's karma.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And then the next time he came and played Walls of Boston Sing Say deck, that actually is like ridiculous, and it's all proxied.
it actually does work.
Yeah, it does work very well.
I haven't played one of those decks yet. I have not played Walls of Bossing Say.
The key is to
Um,
kill Walls of Bossing Say as soon as you can.
Yeah, because if it
I
gets
play
earth bent or anything, it's
Or
just
indestructible
it's gonna be
counters. Yeah.
a long game. Yeah.
one time, what, a couple weeks ago, somebody came to me and they're like, "Oh, I want to try this deck out," and I'm like, "Oh, fine, let's play." They fire bent all of my things, and I was
Wow.
like, "You're touching my stuff. I don't like when people touch my stuff." I'm like, "Don't touch my stuff." So I'm fighting tooth and nail, tooth and nail. We were playing this game for over 2.5 hours, and they're like, "Will you concede?" No, no, I won't. No, I won't.
Reminds me of last time we played. Poor Will, he got knocked out early, and the game looked like it was going to be taken over. And then I farewelled, and then it took like 3 hours.
That's speed. You hit. Did you use all modes?
Except graveyards, yeah, because I wanted stuff in my
Oh,
graveyard.
that's mean.
Yeah,
That's mean.
yeah.
Uh-uh.
Well, to be fair, I did
It's like,
think.
oh, this will be done soon. And then 3 hours later, I'm still sitting there like, all right, guys, I guess I'll just pack up and probably head home.
Well, you can empathize with me though, Will, because you also play to win, and I
Yeah.
was playing to win.
I
So,
mean, it happens. Yeah.
yeah,
That's just part of it.
like we can have fun, but we're competitive in the process. Let's be real.
Oh, I'm ridiculously competitive. I am ridiculously competitive. And like my friends that'll play with me, they're like, I'm gonna play this. I was like, "Are you sure you want to play that?" And they're like, "Yeah." I said, "If you play that, I'm gonna play this." And they were just like, "Whoa, why would you do that? Why are you going there? Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff."
That's an interesting topic. So we always see that's like politics, the gathering is EDH, but other
Mhm.
than Mike, we don't really have a lot of politicking at our table. We kind of all just play our stuff, and then whatever happens, happens.
I don't see a lot of politicking, but I do know that a lot of ladies don't know that you can really politic, or sometimes they feel like they are nagging or their boyfriends don't like it. So that's a lot of the ladies that end up playing with me. Like if they've played before, they come from playing with their boyfriends or a curated group of friends.
Mm.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's like their boyfriends pod. And so either they've been really, really coddled or they've been relentlessly targeted. So they don't know what to do, what they're allowed to do, because you have that issue where, the whole Discord kitten thing where they're like, "Kitten,
Oh
I
yeah.
told you not to play that against me." And that's what the boyfriends will do. They'll be like, "Oh, you're going to hit me? How? You love me. Oh boy, don't do that. Don't, mm-mm. I'm not a fan." I'll
Nah.
be like, "I'm gonna knock you out
Fighting
just
right
for
there. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
knock you out just for doing that." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Girl, we finna play. Don't worry. We're gonna knock him out. We don't need him. We don't need him." But yeah, it's crazy. Politicking when people don't know that they can actually do it. That's a lot of the situation at hand. And they don't know if they sound whiny. Some of them do sound whiny, and you're like, "Can you stop? This isn't fun anymore. Can you?"
Yeah.
You have to know how much to hit for before you're just like, "Okay, I'm done playing with you. Like you gotta go." Mm-mm.
I mean, I gotta be honest. Sometimes I'm guilty of whining a little bit whenever I have a bad losing streak because I'm so competitive. But I try not to be like that guy. Really try not to be.
That's all you can do is
Still
try
love
not
you.
to be. That's all you can do is
All
try
right,
not to be.
William.
I'd be like,
You're that guy sometimes too. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, when you get the winner's tax of getting targeted and it's, 1v3 for the next couple of games,
Yeah.
then, you get a little salty. Get a little salty,
I
but
will say that's like
yeah, all in
the
good
only
fun.
politicking that happens. Like you pay the winner's tax at
Yeah.
in our pod. If you win, you're gonna get taken out first every time.
I was playing
Which
a
is almost kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was
It's almost
playing a
kind of fun
game.
because you're like, all right, I just won, and now let's bring it. You want to try and come after me? All right, come after me. And then usually it doesn't go well. But if it does go well, then you can talk a little more. And you're like, all right, yeah, that's what I thought. You can't with me. No.
I was playing a game last night on Spell Table. Because I play paper and I play online. I play Crocketry's Spell Table, and then I'm learning how to play on Convoke, but we're trying. I was playing last night, and I had a turn run Soul Ring, and you know that always makes you a
Cheating.
target.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sitting over there and in my hand, I've got like a fierce guardianship. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit back here and I'm gonna be okay. And they see me play my stuff and I'm like, any responses? And they were like, she just asked if there was any responses. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna protect my soul ring. I'm gonna protect that bad boy. You better leave it alone. They're like, no, that was they messed up. They messed up. My board state, by the time of the end of the game, they were just like, um, and I was like, yeah. And people in chat are like, somebody take care of that. What do you guys do when you guys are letting there? They're like, we have tried. We have tried. We can't do nothing. So
I will say, targeting someone's soul ring is pretty diabolical. That's like, uh, that's asking to get targeted, like from that player.
the saltiness that happens, I'm like, it's a card.
Yeah,
I have it. I'm gonna play it. You would play it, so why can't I?
it's the
But they're
most.
just like, I'm listening.
No, it's the most busted card in Magic. Soul ring is.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a good topic. So Will has he really hates Rhystic Study a lot. Is there a card that you just like absolutely cannot stand to play against?
Oh, I can't say a card, but there's a group of cards that I hate. I hate pink cards. I hate ping cards
Hmm.
with a vengeance because they feel cheaty. You're not even doing nothing. You're not even doing nothing. So if they're like, oh, for every card you draw, you take three. And I'm like, I play an enchantments deck. And I'm just like, every time I play an enchantment, I get to draw a card. Oh, yeah, three. Oh, oh, you better leave. So, yeah. And it just makes me even more spiteful when they're hitting me with it. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna take it, and then I'm just gonna smack the crap out of you.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Get that sweet, sweet
Pretty
revenge.
much how my VV deck gets met with that kind of response pretty commonly of like, okay, you've been pinging us all game, like we're done with this, and it's like, all right, I get it, it's fair, but
You actually haven't
you
played
better know how to
VV.
protect that VV.
Yeah, you haven't played VV very much since you got Corvold. Corvold's really good though. That's a great deck.
Corvold, and now I'm working on Toph, the first metal bender. That's been my project the last couple of weeks, and that's been fun. As just my inner green mage is just very happy with earthbending. This has been an amazing year for green.
The only thing that I've put that has anything, oh no, it's water bending. The one thing that I have that has any bending is I'm building a Zolotoyak deck, the Smiling Flood.
Okay.
And it is a like typo for like serpents, octopus, and kraken. And I have the water bending ascension, and I was like, I'm gonna mm, mm. And it's a mean deck. It's a mean deck, and I know that I can't play it with just anybody because somebody's gonna get real salty and probably want to kneecap me in the parking lot. So I got to be very careful about who I play with that deck.
Yeah, we have a friend who really hates playing against infinite combos. Shouts out to Mike. And so every time I play my Brea deck, which is pretty much, I mean, it tries the infinite combo. Like that's how it tries to win. Um, he always plays a deck that tries to steal my stuff or like imprison the Moon Brea or whatever. And I beat him last time he played that, so that felt pretty sweet.
I Anytime somebody tries to imprison me in the moon, I'm like, okay, okay. Especially my Tavasa, because that's my baby.
Mm.
It's my baby. You imprison my Tavasa, and I'm just like, I'm gonna just nail you with everything I got until that thing is gone. Like, you better leave me alone.
Yeah, for sure. I feel
But
that. Yeah, Brea is my baby, and who's your baby at this point? Will, is it Tifa?
I think honestly, Tifa.
Yeah.
I think Tifa Lockhart has become my
she's so
all-time.
broken. She's so broken.
She's not. She's fine. She's perfectly normal. She's very mid at best.
Says only
little
you.
Guy. just a little guy.
Yeah, just a little. You know, she's fierce. She's small but mighty. Yeah.
She's my
I don't know,
commander
Tifa.
in tiny leaders.
Never done that before.
Tiny
Yeah.
leaders is a lot of fun.
What's tiny
It's
leaders?
very fast. It's a format. It's like a 50. I think it's 50 cards, and you can't have anything that costs more. Like the converted mana can't be more than 3,
Ah,
and it's a lot of fun. There's a handful of ban cards and things of that nature, but it's finding a resurgence, and it's a lot of fun, especially when you just like want to smack people for real cheap. Hmm. Hmm.
nice.
That's pretty cool. We should do that like this year. Find like a random alternate format and just make a deck for it. Like in
Well,
addition to our commander decks,
I,
just
I
find
I'm down,
even
but I've been trying to get y'all to play my Pauper Brawl cube, and nobody wants to do it.
oh the cube. Okay, the
Yeah.
cube is
The
I'll
cube.
do the cube. I don't want to do Pauper Commander. No,
No.
with his
That's oh.
Tatiova infinite card draw and life gain, and we're sitting here for 3 hours. Like, come on, man! Like,
I
it's
disassembled it.
turn 20.
I disassembled it because nobody wanted to play with me anymore. So I disassembled it and put it
I
in Omni.
I learned how to do paper brawl, and that's Tasha is my commander.
Oh, who smiles at? Or wait, no, I'm thinking of.
No, the witch.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is?
Hmm.
There's something that smiles at death. What is that one?
Oh, I don't know.
Something like Tasha, or I don't know. Anyway, I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen so everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Alicia.
Alicia,
who
yeah,
smiles at
Alicia who smiles at death. Yeah, Morgan, my best friend, he always loved that card and wanted to play it as his commander. It's a very
I mean,
interesting
paper
card.
brawl is a lot of fun. It's hard hitting fast because it's 60 cards.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of fun. Between that and I love two-headed giant. I don't know if you guys like two-headed giant,
I
but I
like
love
it.
me some two-headed giant.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Nobody else ever wants to play it, but I like it.
Hmm.
We've done it a few times. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the one thing that's kind of hard with our pod is I feel like it's kind of inconsistent whether we have 3 people or 4 or 5 or sometimes 6. And so it's just kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard to plan for, what we're going to do until show up and be like, okay,
Have
who's
you
coming?
guys tried Emperor yet for 6? Have you tried Emperor?
Is that the one where it's like you have to take out the people across from you and the person? Yeah.
Or
So
diagonal?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we did try that. I liked it. It was interesting dynamic because didn't you actually win that one, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just I think we ran into a couple issues of and maybe not necessarily issues, maybe that's like a designed intention of we had it where you were focusing on 2 people. One of those people were focused on you, but one of them wasn't. And so we kind of ran into issues where like I was focused on 2 other people, but our friend Mike kept hitting me for damage. And it was like, all right, I'm
Mhm.
going to die. Like if I don't kill this dude,
Yeah.
even though he's not one of the dudes that I have to kill. And so, it was fine. But yeah, we ran into some politicking on just who needed to die first. And then Tifa went off with a super state and dealt 160 damage to the table, and we all went home. So it was fine.
It came down to me and you. It was like if one of us got taken out, the other one was gonna win. So
Yeah.
it was interesting. But even
You
though there
guys
was 4 people left.
when we play Emperor, it's 3-3 when we play.
Okay.
So it's whichever side wins that's how we do.
Okay.
But
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah,
that
we
was a
didn't do
lot
it
of
like
fun.
that. Yep.
There's Kingmaker, and then there's Emperor, and I think you guys played Kingmaker.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I saw it on TikTok. Like someone was posting on like if you've got a big group, try to play this way, and we tried it, and I thought it was fun. Like Will said, we ran into some interesting dynamics, but I thought that was pretty neat. Well, so you talk about other formats.
Do you play? So it was probably.
What'd you say?
I said you weren't the guy that was about to die, so I'm sure you did think it was pretty neat. But
Hey.
as the guy that was about to die,
hey, you won. I don't want to hear it.
I know.
So you talk about other formats or whatever. Do you play standard or modern or anything like that? Or are you kind of just focused more so on like the casual, like commander and stuff like that?
I've done a little bit of standard, not a lot, because there's not a lot of support for it here. There's not. And I really, unless I'm in a really competitive state, I like to stick to the ladies to make sure that they feel as supported as possible. So, and there's not a lot of ladies that play standard in Phoenix, period. There's not. Most of them want to play commander. So I'm typically like pigeonholed, stuck
Yeah.
in commander.
Yeah, I play standard on arena. I grew up like when I started playing Magic, I started in standard and I was like actually super competitive. Like I went to tournaments. I actually qualified for the PTQ and I did all that. And I do miss playing that way, but you got to donate a lot of time and money to it. And I got 3 kids. I don't have the time to do it. So I just play on arena here and there just to tickle my fancy. But I enjoyed that. I enjoy some modern too. I actually played Pioneer for a little bit.
Pioneer just makes my eye twitch. I'm just, I can't.
Yeah.
Pioneer and vintage. I'm like, nope, 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 nope.
Vintage
So
is crazy. Vintage is wild.
one of my friends played Penny Dreadful, and they're like, you should play. I was like, I will never. I will never. Mm-mm.
Dan was talking about wanting to play that. Play Penny Dreadful.
I will never. Anytime that my friends are like, you should play. No, y'all can go over there and do it just fine. Mm-mm, you don't need me.
Yeah.
And then like my kids are older. So my oldest daughter is 24. And like all of my kids are older except I have a 14-year-old and then I have a 9-year-old. And those are my 2 youngest.
Yeah.
So those 2 are who I have at home. And so it can be very difficult too when I want to get out and play. And a lot of it is learning that curve. Do you know what I mean? There's curves in everything.
Okay. Explain.
In all the different formats. There's a learning curve. Like when I was learning how to play standard, because I came in playing commander. So when I learned how to play standard, I was like, oh, it's like this. It's not like you don't need a commander.
That makes sense.
Like
Yeah.
Oathbreaker. I played Oathbreaker, and I'm like, what do you mean? I get a like 1 spell, and then I have this. What's a planeswalker? So all those different things. So there's like, the world is vast.
It is.
The magic world is vast.
A lot of different ways to play. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've tried to get Will to try different formats. I think you've dipped in your toes a little bit for limited. You've drafted with us a few times, and you enjoy doing that because of the cards, and you like playing pre-release kits too, right?
Yeah, I think any limited format that I've done has been fun. The thing that I don't really like about standard is just, and this is maybe just my bad experiences on Arena, but I felt like people would just kind of find the same combos and just spam them over and over, and it just, to me, it just wasn't creative or fun. It was just like I could sit here and play checkers, but I like playing chess more so I would rather play chess, and for me that's like EDH. So I don't know. I mean, I know I have a lot of friends that obviously like standard, so I'm not gonna on it too hard, but it's just not for me. It's just never been something that really clicked with me where it was like, oh man, I want to spend, $1,000 on a deck for this. I just,
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. I like my commander.
Yeah, limited is actually my favorite way to play. So
Limited is fun. Yeah.
I love drafting. Drafting is my favorite because it's the same reason I like roguelike games with video games because no 2 experiences are the same. Every deck that I play with is different every time I play in limited, and I just have a lot of fun seeing all the different cards and being able to use cards that I would never ever use, like terrible commons that find a place.
Yeah.
Hey, the way that makes my head hurt. I do draft. I do. I am not a fan of pick one pass. Not a fan. There's too many unknowns. There's too many unknowns. Sealed all the way. Sealed. Please leave me alone. Just let me have my packs. Let me open them. Let me do what I'm gonna do, and then give me some lands. When I have to pick 1 pass, pick 2 pass, no, thank you.
I like the pick one pass. I like the different scenarios. I like the unknowns. I like trying to decide what my pod is picking based on the cards that are left and the colors, and uh, Will talks about chess. To me, that's really advanced chess, and I really enjoy that a lot. But I get it.
It's funny though, because I'm definitely a hypocrite. Because I just said that about liking to play chess, but when I'm doing limited, I don't think about it at all. I'm like, "Ooh, this art's pretty," or like, "Oh, this card looks cool. I'll take this." And I'm over here hearing Dustin like, "Oh, so people are doing green, huh?" Or someone's not doing that, and I'm like, "What? You're paying attention to what people are?" I'm not doing any of that. So,
I'm known to just pick a pretty card. I'm like, I am not going to win at this. I already know this. I am not able to do what I want. I'm just going to pick up, this is a good card. I'm going to take this home with me. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. I sleeve it up and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I won. More
Yeah.
power to me. Okay. Okay. So that's it on that standpoint.
Well, okay.
Typically no.
All right. So, we got Lauren Eclipse coming out actually on my birthday, which I'm super stoked about. Talk about pretty art. I mean, it doesn't get any prettier than that. From my point of view, I think it's just the most gorgeous set in a long time. And so, what are your thoughts on Lauren Eclipse? Are you excited for it at all, or?
I am a. I love Lorwyn. I was gonna say something that was very vulgar, but I love Lorwyn. I got access to 4 main master sets, one from each of the set block. So I was able to see all of the cards. Gorgeous, gorgeous art. I love it. I love everything it has to offer. I'm a book girly and I like fantasy. So when I got to see these different arts and see the different artist takes on these different things like bogarts and fairies and changelings and the Kithkin.
Kithkin,
the
yeah.
Kithkin. I was in love. And I still am in love to the point where I spent a lot of money on my pre-order. I spent a lot of money. And typically what I used to do is I used to buy just packs. I was a pack fanatic. And then I'm like, you know what? That's really expensive. So then I bought singles.
Yeah.
But then we're not going to talk about how much I paid for my pre-order for Lorwyn. We're going to talk about that. What my budget was.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy a box for my birthday. And
a box?
Yeah, just a box. Just a box. I'm not a high roller like that. So, like you said, I've gone the route of buying singles when I want them. I opened a lot of Spider-Man. That's the one I went all in on, unfortunately.
Oh no.
And it wasn't because I thought it was going to be a great set. I knew from the previews it was going to be top heavy, but I just love Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's my shit. So I just went all in on it, and I really didn't lose that much money because I got good hits. And on top of that, when I pre-ordered it when it was announced before all the prices spiked. So I didn't get killed on that investment, thank God.
I did really good. I am a partner in a game shop, so I was able to get my stuff at a really good price, but I did not pull well for Spider-Man at all. And I had 2 collector booster boxes. I had 2 regular booster boxes. And while I got some nice stuff. Like I pulled like the foil parallel lives, and I pulled a spectacular Spider-Man and things of that nature, but I did not pull like I thought I would for as much as I put into it. I was
I feel that.
I didn't even break even. And seeing that, and I'm not like a financial girly when it comes to Magic, but I do like to at least break even on what I spent. I'm not going to resell my cards or anything, but I want to at least be like, hey, I made good purchases.
Yeah.
I made a good buy. But Spider-Man was not one of those things at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do too. I mean, I definitely didn't make money. I maybe broke even when it was all said and done, because I did get a Soul Stone, like a regular one, and the foil full art Miles with the comic book cover, which is sick. But I didn't get like the Surge foil like Spidey's. I didn't get the brand new car and the Soul Stone that was textless. But so what's your take on Universes Beyond? You know, we've talked about it pretty ad nauseum, and we kind of fell into the crowd that it's like, well, it's here, so we might as well try to enjoy it.
I don't have enough skin in the game to be having a gripe about it at all. I don't have enough skin in the game. I've only been playing for a year.
Okay.
Um, and I will say, I love the influx of people that we get from all these different fandoms that are coming into it, whether it is like Final Fantasy or the Spider-Man people. I loved it. I loved it. And then you have like the set that's going to have my heart, which is Star Trek. Okay,
Hmm.
I am a Trekkie for life. The amount of money that I am putting out on that set is going to be ridiculous. And I don't even know what's going to happen in it. I don't even know what kinds of mechanics we're going to be looking forward to. But I am like, I'm going to spend all my monies. All of my pennies are going to be gone. But other than that, I do love the people that it brings in. And I understand the gripes that people do have when they're um, like the purist, because I'm a purist when it comes to comic books. So I can understand the irritation that they get and what they want and how they feel like things should be staying pure. I can understand it. But at the same time, I'm like, I love all the people that are coming in. I love people that are finding themselves, that are finding their footing in this fandom that would, or in this game that would never normally come over because it's something that is now included in their likes. So that's awesome to me.
I'm with you there. Will, you said your cousin, he got into it because of the Spider-Man set, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he got into it because of that, and I've been helping him make a Cosmic Spider-Man deck here and there on the side, and we're kind of going back and forth over Discord, learning how to play and everything. And yeah, I think that I agree with you that I think the pros outweigh the cons, where sure, it can be easy to gatekeep. I mean, we were talking about gatekeeping at the beginning of the episode with, in a different scenario of people in an LGS, but I think that's just kind of human nature of wanting to keep things the way they were and getting attached to how they were. But the reality is, if you want to bring in people that maybe aren't interested in just classical fantasy, Universes Beyond is a great way to bring in people that, like you said, would never really find themselves playing Magic otherwise. But all of a sudden, you throw in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or, Marvel or something like that, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? Okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll give this a shot, see what it's all about. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's a net positive overall. It gets to be a lot of information. I feel like I'm absorbing just gigabytes of data every day of just new cards and what's coming. And so that gets a little taxing over time, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that definitely is getting to me. The frequency in which things are being released, not even just Universes Beyond, but like WotC and like Wizards as a whole, the amount that they're putting out it's nauseating.
It is.
Like it is a constant, like I'm constantly hand over fist. Like, okay, I'm a completionist. So I want to have all of the things now, and I want to be. I'm like, oh yeah. So I have this for who's ever coming. Like, oh, you really like Miku? Yeah, I have the Miku secret layer. I have her as a commander in this deck. You can totally use it, or something of that nature. Just trying to make sure that I can give people what they might be interested in, so I can keep them interested in the game.
Yeah.
And it is it is I don't want to say burnout inducing, but it is a lot to sit and absorb between like a set release and a secret layer and this and that and this and see and special edition and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, my pennies, my pennies.
Yeah, it's too
By
So
much.
the way, the world is burning also. So on top of, so it's just like there's way too much, way too
mhm.
much going on.
God, yeah. Tell me
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, I'm with you there. We've talked about it. It's just too much, too fast. It feels like there's a new set every month, even though I don't think it's quite that, but it's close. And it's like every other month. And then, like you said, the secret layers on top of it. I mean, how many secret layer drops there in a row did they have at the end of the year? Just oh my god, it was insane.
There were
How do you
so
keep
many
up?
that people were like anxious and they're like waiting on the website just in case
Yeah.
there was another one that was going to be released. Because there were some that were just like, boom, they're there. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Sell out. Like people are exploiting different little loopholes to get what they needed. And then you have all the scalper situations. And you're just like, you know what? I don't even want to try. I
and
don't
then
even want to
and then we've
try.
got previews for cards that like we had previews for Marvel before all of Lorwyn even got fully spoiled, and I just don't understand that. Like, how can we just can't breathe as a community? And WotC needs to understand that they are slowly strangling their players with too much too fast.
The anticipation is no longer there.
Right.
It's no longer there. Where you would be like, oh, I'm not sure what's going to happen with this set. Like when we got full on spoilers for Marvel before we even got Lorwyn
Yeah.
spoilers. That's the thing. And people were announcing like different combos and things of that nature before we even had a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know, I've been playing since 2008, which is crazy to say out loud. And you know, it used to be that we had, what was it, 4 sets a year, and 3 of those were only block sets because in the middle of the year you had the core set stuff. So it wasn't even really like anything new with the core set. So like going from 4 sets a year to what we are now is just, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, we could probably wrap it up here soon, but we did want to end on maybe a fun question. So,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that we kind of go back and forth on is what our favorite sets are. So, do you have a favorite set? And it doesn't have to be, like something popular with others, but like something that just like touched you, where you're like, this is my set. I love this.
Shadowmoor.
Nice.
Shadowmoor.
In the Lorwyn
Uh,
block, the original
Yeah, in
Lorwyn
the
block.
Lorwyn. Yeah. I love the whole Lorwyn block. I'm gonna tell you that honestly. But when you got to see like the darker side of Lorwyn, I was like, I'm in love. My little black heart was like, oh, I need this. I need this. I'm one for the spooky ookies, and I'm like, oh, I love this. And how it's Eternal Night and Queen Una. I could talk about Lorwyn and Shadowmoor for like so long. You have no clue.
Ah, that's sick. That's sick. Have you ever read any of the, like, there's Lorwyn books. Have you ever read any of those?
I have not, but my best friend just got me some of the old publications, and I'm really excited to get my hands on them and actually be able to read them. I was planning on like reading them on live one night to share them with other people because not
Nice.
everybody's seen it.
No, like the only magic book I actually have is it's Alara Reborn. And that's the block I actually started playing in, was the Alara block. And like those are good books. Like I miss whenever they used to have people write those to add to the lore of magic. Doesn't
Did
really.
you pre-order the Strixhaven book?
No, I have not, but
Yeah, I
I
already pre-ordered it.
I do want to though. But I gotta talk about this though, because you talk about that, and you talked
Mhm,
earlier about D&D and how you play D&D and you
mhm.
DM. And I'm actually going to be DMing my first campaign coming up in like a month, and
Okay.
I'm doing Theros.
I mean, get it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be really interesting. There's like a whole like devotion mechanic or whatever, piety
Are you going to do it
mechanic.
off the cuff or are you going to use the book?
Well, so the book is just source, so it doesn't
Hmm.
actually do any story stuff. You just have to read
Okay.
through like what the universe is, and then I'm writing it from scratch. Like I'm literally going to take a day off from work and sit at a coffee shop and just write the first couple chapters.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when somebody can put like make their own world or like put their own spin on everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. I think my first ever Pathfinder game, the DM was like, and you have a fluffle of bunnies. I was like, what is a fluffle? What is that? It's a group of bunnies, but when you like they could tell you the future, these bunnies. And I
Okay.
was like, I love this. I love this. Please give me more. I need more of these. So,
I love that. That's sick. All right, so before we go, tell everybody where they can find you, what you do on your channel and or on TikTok and all that, and yeah, shout out yourself.
oh yeah, you can find me as Magic Mama underscore NTG. on just about all the socials. I primarily focus on women in magic. Black and brown women in magic is what I really want to focus on, but you got to start one place and go from there. I am currently working on Have Deck Will Travel, and that is literally me hosting ladies' nights all around the country. I hope to get that off the ground and doing it more frequently.
Well, if there's anything we can do to help you get it going in Kentucky or Cincinnati or somewhere around there, then I will do everything. We will do everything in our power to help you with that, because that would be really sick if you came all the way out here.
We'd have to
Most
do an
definitely.
in-person podcast at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you
And
go.
and we
Yeah.
have some girls that would love to play in the pod too, so that are in our pod.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, everyone go check out Magic Mama stuff. Jen, you've been
Yeah, go
awesome.
check her out.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
This has
Thank
been
you for
great.
having me.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.